Hey guys, it's been a while since I've been online posting any content on my fishing or anything really. And was having some issues with my computer and got frustrated with all the camera stuff on the kayak and wasn't having a good tournament year. Kind of kind of fell off this year. Didn't do very well at all. Struggled in several events. But I got a new computer, got some new editing software, and got my GoPro out and found this video from July back in Minocqua. It was you talk about a bad tournament. It started off terrible. And I started out my morning on Squirrel Lake, and it's got some good stuff on it that I've read about. And I got out there and I just could not find the fish. I looked from one end of that lake to the next, and out of desperation, I texted my buddy Stony Floyd and was like, "Hey man, I don't know what to do." And he said that he was at a lake and he was finding some smallmouth and that I was welcome to come fish with him or near him. And so I packed up my kayak and finished my day on that lake with him and caught a few fish. Got ready for the next morning, went back, ended up catching my limit smallmouth. I did something I don't normally do. I had my Livescope out. I found the smallmouth out real deep, 25, 30 foot deep, and I got on my Livescope, and I've not really done much with it, so I don't like it. I like to get on shallow water and fish structure and cover and move. And so it's something that I've needed to learn how to do. A lot of guys are doing it, and it's hard to keep up with the guys that are doing it. It's some of these events. I'm not saying every event is a Livescope event, but for me, this one was. And so I got some footage, several good catches that I good clean video. So I wanted to talk about what I was catching them on, and kind of how it all went down. And so I showed up to this lake, and I start off doing my normal thing, going to treetops, points, fishing, things that I could see. And that's how I like to fish. But anyways, that wasn't working either. And so I pulled right out into the middle of the lake, turned on my Livescope, found a good drop off, and I'm cruising along, and I see my first school of smallmouth that I've ever found on Livescope. And there's 7 or 8 of them. And you'll see the first catch. Well, the first catch was a little 12-inch largemouth, but he don't count. He didn't do anything. My first smallmouth on Livescope, it was like an epiphany. It was great. It was beautiful. But I had on my Picasso jig. It's a little 3/8 ounce tungsten jig. It's got a Missile Baits trailer on it. Green pumpkin orange. Very simple setup. Throw it right out in the middle over these fish that are 25, 30 foot deep. And you see them on the Livescope. They look up and they see the jig, and they meet it halfway, and bam, they hammered it. And went on from there. I ended up having to switch to a swim bait and a drop shot with lighter line because the lake was crystal clear. So my swim bait, that's what I caught my second fish on, was an AAFC 3.8 inch paddle tail swim bait in monkey milk. This little guy right here. It's my favorite color. It's my favorite swim bait. It looks just like a Kitech, pretty basic, but he makes some very interesting colors. I know the owner, Shane Kuhn, real good guy, and so I try to throw some of his stuff. We live in the same town, so I throw his swim baits when I can. The only time I don't throw his swim baits is when I'm fishing something like a 2.75. I haven't found any of his that small yet, but maybe this year. And then towards the rest of the day, it went to drop shot, and this little net bait leech, black, and a Berkeley Maxent hitworm with a 3/8 ounce drop shot weight, a number 1 drop shot hook, and just throw it out there in that deep water and light line and let those smallmouth fight, man. It was a lot of fun. I lost some big fish. I didn't realize how hard it is to hold those big fish on those little hooks. And you know, it's just something I'm not used to. I grew up in the South. I like fishing largemouth everywhere we go. If I can, I target the largemouth. Even in northern Iowa, Wisconsin, I try to get largemouth if they're available. But anyway, we'll take a little look at some of this footage and show you how the day went. Thank you, guys. Might be 12 inches. Maybe. On the dot. A little 12-incher on the board though. Dude, that was fucking sick. deep. I got this one on 8-pound line. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. How pretty those fish are, man. They're not huge, but they're beautiful. Beautiful. Damn it. Come on. Shit. The old drop shot. Dude, they are doggers. Yeah. This is too much fun, dude. Too much fun. Hook fell right out. Dude, this is so much fun. This one's got a tag in it. "16-incher. I don't know what you do with those tags. Alright, so that's a wrap for 2024. It's the last of my content for the season. Unfortunately, I didn't record the last couple tournaments. I was kind of down, and like I said, I was working on getting a new computer and getting all that settled. So for 2024, I'd like to thank Josh Booth for all he does with the All-American Kayak Series and Moyak. I try to fish a little bit of both. Best tournament director in the country as far as I'm concerned. Gene Campbell and True Patriot Outfitters. They're out there doing good things for our veterans and our Gold Star families, taking them on kayak trips and things like that. So if you're looking for somewhere to send some of your money for charity, check out True Patriot Outfitters and Gene Campbell. I'd like to say thank you to Shane Coon and AAFC Bait Company. Plan on throwing their swim baits for the rest of the season and hopefully moving into some more things that they offer. And then Kiss the Rods. I switched to Kiss the Rods for 24. I haven't updated my complete arsenal. You know, it's a lot of money when you start talking 20, 30 rods and reels, but I'm working on it, working towards that, and hoping to keep with them for 2025 and looking into 2025. Our first tournament's April at Lake Fork and ready to get it going. It's going to be a long wait, so can't wait to see you guys out there.